What do you think really happens the moment we die? Have you ever wondered, when our body is gone, where do we go? Do we just sleep until Judgment Day, lost in silence and darkness? Or does our soul travel somewhere far beyond, a place between time and eternity? Today, I'm going to tell you a truth that most people have never heard, a secret hidden deep within the Bible, a mystery about what truly happens right after death, something you won't find in books, and probably no one has ever told you before. So stay with me till the end, because once you hear this, you'll never look at life, death, or eternity the same way again. Part 1. The Great Sleep or the Great Awakening. People often say, rest in peace. We imagine death as sleep, quiet, dreamless, waiting. This idea comes from Daniel 12:2. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. But then Jesus tells a very different story. In Luke 16:22-23, the rich man dies and immediately finds himself in torment. Lazarus dies and instantly is comforted in Abraham's bosom. There was no sleep, no waiting. So what's really true? The answer hides in the mystery of body and soul. The body sleeps, but the soul never does. The moment your eyes close here, they open somewhere else. Time, as you know it, collapses. Seconds, minutes, centuries. They all vanish. You stand before eternity, fully awake. Part 2. The tunnel between worlds. Imagine your final heartbeat. There's no sound, no air, just stillness. Then, a strange peace washes over you. You feel lighter, as if the weight of years has fallen away. And suddenly, you see something impossible. Yourself. Your body lying still. You're watching it from above. A whisper surrounds you, not in words, but in understanding. It's time. This is the moment saints called the crossing of the veil. In 2 Corinthians 5:8, Paul wrote, "We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord." But before that presence, there's a tunnel, a path, a light. People who've had near-death experiences describe the same thing. A light brighter than the sun, but it doesn't burn. It welcomes. You're drawn to it, not by force, but by recognition. Something deep inside you says, "I've known this light before." That's because your soul was made for it. Yet not every soul walks toward the light. Some cling to the world, to regret, to sin, to fear. Those souls linger, lost in what some saints called the shadow of death. It's not hell, not yet, but it's the echo of separation. And in that tunnel, your judgment begins, not by words, but by truth. You see yourself completely. Every thought, every action, every time you loved, and every time you didn't. This is the moment your eternity starts to take shape. Part 3. The place of waiting. Heaven, hell, or purgatory. So where does the soul go? The Catholic Church speaks of 3 destinations, not chosen by force, but by the soul's own condition. Heaven, for those purified and united with God's love. Hell, for those who deliberately reject that love. Purgatory, for those who die in grace but still carry the stains of imperfection. In 1 Corinthians 3:15, we read, "If anyone's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, though he himself will be saved, but only as through fire." That fire is not like earthly fire. It doesn't destroy, it purifies. It burns away pride, greed, bitterness, jealousy, everything that cannot exist before perfect love. But here's the twist. In eternity, There is no time. A second could feel like 1,000 years, or 1,000 years like a second. That's why the saints called it the fire outside of time. Think of purgatory not as punishment, but as God's mercy. It's a place where imperfect souls are healed by divine fire until they shine with His light. It's the hospital of heaven, not its prison. And the prayers of those still on earth, your prayers, can reach them. Every prayer, every mass, every act of love is like opening a window in that place, letting a little more of heaven's light in. So when you pray for the dead, remember, you're not talking to the past. You're touching eternity. Part 4. Do we recognize each other? People always ask, if I reach heaven, will I remember my family, my friends, my life? The Bible gives us glimpses that say yes. After His resurrection, Jesus appeared to His disciples. He spoke to them, ate with them, even showed them His wounds. He was glorified, but He was still Himself. In 1 Corinthians 13:12, Paul says, "Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known." This means we will know others and be known in perfect clarity. No lies, no misunderstandings, no distance. But what about our appearance? Will we look old or young? Many church fathers believed we'll appear in our perfected age, around 33 years old, the age of Christ at His resurrection. Not because of biology, but because that's the age of full strength and beauty, the age of completeness. Imagine meeting your loved ones again, not as frail or broken, but radiant, restored, alive. Every tear wiped away, every wound healed. In Revelation 21:4, it says, "He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain." Heaven is not just survival, it's transformation. You won't just exist, you'll finally be who you were created to be. Part 5. The awakening of the world. But the story isn't over, because one day the trumpet will sound. In 1 Corinthians 15:52, it is written, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we shall be changed." This is the final awakening, the resurrection of the body. Every soul, from the beginning of time, will reunite with its body, glorified or condemned. The earth will give up its dead. The seas will empty. The dust will rise and become flesh again. And in that moment, all will stand before the throne. Christ, the Judge and the Savior, will open the book of life. For those who lived in faith and love, it will be the greatest joy imaginable. For those who turned away, the deepest sorrow. But listen closely. The final judgment isn't about revenge. It's about truth. Everything hidden will be revealed. Every lie undone. Every pain will make sense. And when the heavens and earth are renewed, time will end, and eternity will begin in its fullness. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember this. You are not just flesh and bone. You are eternal. Your soul was born for heaven, not for dust. You are one heartbeat away from eternity. The question is, where will you awaken? If this message reached your heart, don't let it fade away. Pray for the souls who've gone before you. Ask for forgiveness. Live each day like it's your first and your last, because one day it will be. But for those who trust in God's mercy, death isn't the end. It's the door home. So, if you believe your soul was made for eternity, like, share, and subscribe to help others find truth in a world full of noise. And don't forget to click the bell icon, because in the next episode, we'll reveal the 3 hidden signs that show your soul is ready for heaven. Until then, remember, life is short, eternity isn't, and your story, your real story, begins the moment your heartbeat stops.